Scarlight here, and welcome to day 2 of the Trail Titans versus the OU tier. Cannot wait to get into it. Last time we went the same amount of wins and losses. Let's hope we can break that tie, and let's hope we can keep climbing up. And without further ado, let's get on with the battles. Our first matchup here, definitely some massive threats. We've got Tatooine, Darkrai, Griscore, Heatran, Ogerpon, and Zamazenta. Massive threat, definitely the Heatran. Griscore can be a massive defensive, massive defensive pressure mon for our team, and the Zamazenta also. So we go lead off with our Frosty here. See if they want to lead off with the Heatran. Let's find out. They do lead off with Darkrai, so we can just go for the Warfare here, as they do opt to go for the Sludge Bomb, which is completely fine. We will get a Blizzard off, as they will want to finish it off with a Sludge Bomb. We could actually just go into Funky Kong here, go for Sword Dance, as they do want to switch out into Heatran, which does make sense. We can now just go for the knockoff on the eject button, as they do, unfortunately, they do miss their overheat. We will now just go for the Wood Hammer, as it does 39%, and that's resisted too. It's 4 times resisted, as they do get the KO on us through the Aurora Veil. But now we could actually switch into Joey, go for a Shell Smash here, and it's definitely going for us to switch out. Maybe into Griscore? No, it's the Zamazenta. So we can just go for Bullet Seed here. And that does so much damage. It's a nice 2-hit KO, as they will opt to go for the Iron Defense. Unfortunately, our Tatooine is gone, as we opt to go for Bullet Seed yet again. Barely miss out on the KO, and they do have the West, which is unfortunate. Iron Defense West is a Sleep Talk Body Plus, as they will go for Iron Defense again. We can just go for some Calm Minds here, as they will opt to go back into Darkrai. We can actually Teleport here, go for the Mocha Gotcha, as they will just opt to Dark Pulse, get our Mocha Gotcha off, and get all our HP right back to full, and we get the nice burn, as we force in the Ogerpon, which does make sense. We can just go for the Mocha Gotcha again. They will opt to go for Power Whip and get the KO on us. We can actually just go back into Joey here, go for Shell Smash again, as we should be able to take one IV Cudgel. So we have put a lot of pressure on the team. The Lord team is wore down, the opponent's team, which is very good for us. So yeah, Joey should be able to take one hit, get the Shell Smash off again, and hopefully we can get a nice reverse sweep here. Again, just very short and intense games with this team. Definitely thinking about changing Funky Kong out into a different member though. We'll have to see today in how well Funky Kong performs. But yeah, it's looking awesome so far. Our opponent really does not know what to do. So we'll start the timer, and we'll cut back once the action starts. Let's go for the Power Whip. We do take the hit, get the nice Shell Smash off. And now we can just go for Bullet Seed, as we force the Heatran to go down here, which is fantastic. And I'm guessing Tatooine's going to come in. Oh, but this set is so fun. This team is so fun. Especially with the Aurora Veil offensive pressure. Oh, as they will bring in Zamazenta again. We will actually have to go into Granny, as they will opt to go for the Iron Defense. So we can set up a nasty plot here, as they will go into Tatooine. We might have to let Joey go here, unfortunately, and then we can go into Fiona and go for the Sword Dance. as I'm predicting maybe a switch. But if we get the Sword Dance off, it's going to be really, really helpful, especially against Zamazenta, which is such a massive threat to this team. But yeah, even though we're on very, very low members at the moment, we're definitely not down and out. We still have the Sturdy with Fiona, and if we can take Hatterene down, Granny does look very, very good as well. As they will go into Zamazenta, we can just now go for the Horn Leech. As they will opt to go for the Iron Defense, we'll just go for the Sword Dance. As they will go for the other Iron Defense again. And yeah, we're in a very, very bad spot here. Unfortunately, I think we will go down here. As they can just go for another body press and get the KO on us. Unfortunately, very close indeed. But let's go into the next one. Next matchup here, we have looks to be a balanced team with Blissey, Corviknight, Skeleton, which is going to be a massive threat. Gliscor, Masquerada, and Cinderace. Cinderace is going to be another massive threat. Go lead off with Frosty, as they are going to lead Masquerada. They most likely are going to go for a U-turn here. So I'm almost tempted to bring in Tia, which I think I'm going to do. As they will opt to go for the U-turn. That does a lot of damage, could be truly spammed. Because I do not want the Cinderace to get our screens. Could see Skeleton here. Definitely a potential mon. Could also just see Cinderace. No, as they will just go into Blissey. We can just go for the Strength Sap here. Get our HP way back to full. Oh no, as they will opt to go for the Calm Mind. Which is fine, we can just go into our Funky Kong here. Go for the knockoff, as they will bring in Corviknight. Probably knock off the Rocky Helmet. No, it's the leftovers, which is quite good for us. Go switch into Fiona here, predicting the Brave Bird. As no, they just go straight for the U-turn. So this is one of the major weaknesses of this team, is the fact of we are very weak to U-turn, and it gives the opponent great momentum, as they can just keep U-turning around and do a lot of damage to us, especially with Masquerada. So we probably need to find a way to try bring Torterra in, as they will opt to go into Blissey. We will just go straight into Fiona here, go for the Sword Dance. On the deathly potential switch, I don't know who into. They do just decide to go into Corviknight. So we do get our nice 3 Sword Dance off here. We can just go for the Ivy Cudgel and get the KO. Awesome, one very defensive member down. As they will bring in a Masquerada, we could Terra Rock here and go for the Horn Leech, which I think I'm going to do. Just get that nice defense buff as well, and we don't need to worry about U-turn as much. And I think that's definitely choice banded. We did go for the Horn Leech to get some nice HP back. Could definitely see the Gliscor coming in here. Could also see the Skeleton. The Gliscor does come in. We do get a nice Horn Leech off, as they will now probably go for Protect here. But we can just go for the Ivy Cudgel and get the KO. Yep, we get the KO on Gliscor, which is fantastic, as they will bring in Masquerada. They are definitely going to want to Flower Trick here, so we're definitely just going to bring in Granny. As no, they triple Axel, which I did not expect. But we can now just go into Frosty, go for the Aurora Veil. It does force out a switch out, as they will opt to stay in. And now we can just go for the Air Power, predicting the Cinderace. The Cinderace does come out. Can we get the one shot? No, we barely miss out on it. We will just go for the Blizzard on the Core Change. Barely miss out on the KO, so it's Blaze. which is very scary. We will have to switch out into our Fiona here. We will just go for the nice Horn Leech, as they will opt to go for Will-O-Wisp. But we definitely want their Aurora Veil down. We'll go for the Ivy Cudgel now, as unfortunately for them, they do miss the Power Ball. We do get the KO, which is fantastic. We just gonna have to let Fiona go down here to the U-turn. Most likely Skeledir is going to come out here. But we still have Funky Kong as well. So we will just go back into Frosty, set up the Aurora Veil. We should be faster. As no, they are faster. They do get the special attack buff, which is very scary. But we can now just go into Funky Kong, go for the knockoff. Hope to do a lot of damage. As they will, we do force the Teller into Teller Fairy. We get rid of their heavy duty boots, as they will go for another Talk Song, which is unfortunate. We can just go here into Tia, go for the Machigacha, as they will go for another Talk Song. We do take the hit, which is very good. As we barely miss out on the KO, as they will go for Hex, get the KO on us. But now we can just go into Joey, go for the Bullet Seed, get the KO, and then Masquerader's definitely coming here. And it all comes down, can we take one U-turn? We do! Can Joey reverse sweep? Oh, this is so amazing. As we do get some nice Shell Smash off. We can now just go straight for the Bullet Seed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we get the 5th? Yes, we do get the 5th one. And now we have to go for Rock Blast here. Hope we connect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we win. GG. Very close indeed. Oh, my heart racing after that one. I am so happy, and let's go straight into the next one. The next matchup here, and we're against another Sun team again. Last time didn't go so well. I hope this time we can do a lot better. So I'm going to lead off with Fiona this time, as they do lead off with Indeedee. Now, unless they Choice Scarf, we should be faster, and I think we're just going to go for the Ivy Cudgel here. Barely miss out on the KO, as they will set up Trick Room, so it's not a Sunny Day team, it's a Trick Room team, which is quite scary. Especially now they're most likely going to go into Expanding Force. So we could just go into Tia here, see if we can take a hit on maybe Granny. I think just go into Granny here, expecting the Expanding Force. We can we take another one? We can. But we're going to be very low. As we are faster on the Trick Room, we get the KO, which is fantastic for us. As they will now go into a massive threat being Torkoal, and I think this just really gives them 2-3 KOs. Especially if they're min speed. We can try go to recover here, but Eruption's definitely going to KO us. As we can actually bring out Tia here, go for Teller Water, and go for a Calm Mind, because we are heat proof as well as resist. And it's going to be very hard for them to set up Trick Room again with Hatterene, which is going to be amazing for us. So let's see what the opponent wants to do. They do just want to stay in, go for the Eruption, as we will just go for a nice Calm Mind. And now we will just go for the Machigacha. Just to see what wants to come in, as it is the Landorus, which is fantastic for us, and unfortunately we miss our Machigacha. As they just go for a taunt on us, which is fine. We get a lot of health back, and they are eject button. So I wonder who to go into now. We still have our Aurora Veil up as well for later with Frosty, as they will go into Armarouge, which is quite interesting because we do have the Shadow Ball. As they Telepsychic Expanding Force. Wow. that, oh, that really hurt there. As they are faster too, which is very interesting to know. Unfortunately, cannot keep Tia around. We have to let it go down to the expanding force. We can now just go into Funky Kong now, go for the Glassy Glide and get the KO. We still got our Terra intact. No, we haven't. We haven't got our Terra intact, but that should be fine, as they will opt to just go for the Encore, which is completely fine because we can just go for the Glassy Glide again, as they will just go into Landorus. Any type of damage is good damage on this Landorus. We can just go for the Sword Dance here, as they most likely go for the U-turn. They do go for the U-turn. They probably go bring in Hatterene, or I could definitely see Cinderace here, which is another massive threat to our team. So we could go Fiona here, but I really don't want Fiona to take any damage, so we will just go for the Glassy Glide, get some nice damage off, as we do let Funky Kong go down. But we can now bring in Fiona here, go for the IV Cudgel, as they will go for the Intimidate, which does make sense, but we do get the KO, which is fantastic for us. And we still have our Shell Smash potential, as they will now bring in Hatterene, which does make sense. They're definitely going to set up the Trick Room here. We definitely just go for the IV Cudgel. No reason not to. And we gotta try and make it so we can take any hit here, which is so good for us because of our sturdy. Can we get the KO? We do end up getting the KO as well, which is fantastic. As Cinderace does come out here, but we're still in the Trick Room, so we're actually faster. So yeah, we get the KO. And last turn the Trick Room, which they will be faster than us here. So we need to save Fiona, and we're just going to let Frosty go down here. Let Frosty go down, as they will opt to go for the Endure, which does make sense. We can just go for the Air Power here, as they will go for the Armor Cannon. We can just go into Fiona here, and go for the IV Cudgel. Very scary, as they do go for the Endure. So this might give them the victory here, which I'm pretty sure it will, as they will go for the Armor Cannon, and it all depends if Joey can take it. And we barely miss out, unfortunately. GG, very close one. Very good counter, honestly. Indoor Armor Rouge. Did not expect to see that. And let's go into the next one. Our next matchup here, we have Tinglu, Galarian Slowking, Clefable. Moltres is definitely going to be a massive defensive threat. Zamazenta same as well as Weavile. So we're going to lead off with Frosty here. I could see the Moltres or the Weavile. If they do go Moltres, we do have our Fiona. In fact, I might actually want to lead Fiona in this one, but yeah, I'm just going to stick with Frosty. Oh, so we were so close there. We were so close to win that last one. But some good battles all around at the moment. We just have to wait to see who they will go into. I'll cut back once they have decided to make a move. They have made a move here. They have went into Weavile. So yeah, this just go give us a free Aurora Veil. And then we can just go for the Air Power here, as they will opt to go for Swords Dance. Probably predicting us to switch out. We can now just go for Energy Ball, as they will go for Triple Axle, which does make sense. We barely miss out on the KO, but we are in a bit of trouble now because of that. as they will go for the Ice Shard. Doesn't get the KO. Surprisingly for the Ice Shard there, maybe they didn't want to miss with Triple Axel. As they will now bring in the Moltres, we can just let Frosty go down here. Unfortunately, our Roller Veil is gone. But we can definitely force the switch out and just go straight for the Ivy Cudgel. I do not want to set up with Fiona yet because of Zamazenta. But we love to get some damage off Zamazenta. As they will go into Zamazenta, we do a bit of damage. We can now just go into Tia. As they will predict that, go for the Crunch, which is fine. We can just go for a free Machigacha. As they will opt to go for Howl. Do we get the burn on the Machigacha? No, we do not. But we will go for the Machigacha again. As they will opt to go for Crunch, that does a bit of damage. Luckily our Machigacha does not miss. But we barely miss out on the KO. So we might have to Terra Water here. And go for the Strength Sap. Or we can just go for the Shadow Ball. But I think I'll just go with Terra and go for the Strength Sap. As they will have to go for Crunch again. We get our Strength Sap off, get back to full HP. And then opt to go for Shadow Ball in case they want to switch out into Galarian Soaking. But getting Zamazenta down is definitely going to be very helpful to us, as they will just go into Clefable. We do get the special defense drop as well, so we're definitely going to stay in here. As we force out Moltres, which is completely fine. We can just go for Carmine, as they will opt to go for Will-O-Wisp. And yet Tia is a massive threat to the opponent, as we do get the Shadow Ball off. We can just go for Shadow Ball one more time, as they will opt to go for U-turn into Galarian Slowking on the Shadow Ball. That's a nice 2-shot right there. And yeah, it's very hard for the opponent to switch into Tia, which is fantastic for us. As they do just forfeit, and we get the win. GG. Again, very, very quick, very close games here. Love to see it. And let's go into the next game. Our next matchup here, massive threats definitely being the Masquerada with the U-turns, Cellaweg, and the Koromoro, and the Superior too. So lots of massive threats on the opponent's side. And yeah, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot to put MVP on Fiona and Tia. That has now been changed. We will just go into Frosty, as they will lead Masquerada. We will just go for the Roller Veil here, as they will opt to go for the U-turn. Could definitely see Cellaweg coming out here, and Cellaweg does come out. Definitely want to get rid of this monster. I'm actually going to Terra Water and go for the Air Power, as they will stay in. And that takes the Air Power surprisingly well, which is concerning. But we still have Fiona in the back just in case, as they will now bring in Superior, which does make sense. We can just go into Tia here, as they will opt to go for the Leaf Storm, which is completely fine. We still are under a Roller Veil for 3 more turns. We can just go for a nice simple Carmine here, as they will go for the Substitute. We will now just go for the Shadow Balls, as they will opt to go for Leaf Storm yet again. Go for Leaf Storm one more time. It does a lot of damage to us, as we will opt to go for Shadow Ball, and unfortunately we raise their special defense, as they will go for the Substitute. And yeah, they can KO us here with a Dragon Pulse, which is very unfortunate. This could just be game here. So we will just go into Funky Kong, go for the Grassy Glide. Let's see what the opponent wants to do. We do force the switch out into Cellaweg, which is fantastic. We will just go for the knockoff here and get the KO. Awesome. Very defensive Cellaweg that was, as they will now go into Koromoro, which does make sense. We can opt to go into Granny maybe and go for the Fickle Beam. Oh no, as they will just go for the Substitute. So scary. Very, very scary indeed. They will definitely get off the 6 move of Koromoro, which raises their stats all by 1. which is very, very concerning. But yeah, again, a lot of back and forth as they will opt to go for the belly drum, which is very, very scary. They can easily just go for substitutes again, which they are going to do, and they tell us fairly. And I think this is just game here, unfortunately. As they will opt to go for Drain Punch, and yeah, that gives them all their health back. And we can just go into Funky Kong here, go for the Grassy Glide, break the sub. As they will opt to just go for Drain Punch, we can just go into Fiona here and hope that we can KO with Ivy Cudgel. As we don't, unfortunately, and yep, that's definitely GG. Again, very mixed wins back and forth. But I am definitely going to be changing Funky Kong out into Meowscalator. Sorry about that. But let's go into our final game. Here's our next matchup here. Definitely Incineroar's a massive threat. Dragapult's also a massive threat. Azelf too. Dragonite definitely can be for the late game. So we will lead Fiona here, predicting either Azelf or the Dragonite. Azelf is the lead. We are slower, but we will just go for the Hornleech. Predicting the Flamethrower or the Psychic here. Or they could want to set up some hazards. But yeah, Frosty's definitely going to be important for later on, as they will opt just to go for U-turn. Definitely could see Dragapult, Drake Tusk here. Oh, awesome, we did go for the Hornleech. So we get all that HP nice and back. And now we force in the Incineroar, which is definitely fantastic for us. And we definitely need to switch out here, but we don't really have a safe switch in. We do win Granny, so we will just go into Granny here. Opt to go for the Fickle Beam. We could see Iron Valiant here, but I'm not too sure if they really want to use their booster energy that early, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely Joey looks amazing in this matchup, especially we already lowered the Great Tusk. If we just KO Incineroar or get it weakened a bit, we can definitely most likely see a Joey sweep, which will be awesome to see, as they will opt to stay in, go for the knockoff. We did go for the Fickle Beam. We will now just go for the Air Power, just in case, as they will want to stay in. They unfortunately do get the burn on us too. We do get the KO, which is amazing, and Granny does survive 0-1, as they will now opt to just go back into Azelf. We will just go for your cover in case they do not want to attack, but they just go straight for the Psychic. So we've seen U-turn Psychic so far. We haven't seen a fire move yet. I'm just going to lead off with Funky Kong. We forced the Terra, and it is Terra Fire, and we do see the Flamethrower, which is quite scary. We can definitely Terra Fiona here, which I think is what we're going to do. Go for the Ivy Cudgel, because yeah, the problem with this team is it's a bit too slow. Outside of like Shell Smash. So I think that's why I want Funky Kong to go and replace the Masquerade, because it's got amazing speed plus the ability to U-turn with Choice Band. It really is going to help the team out. As we do see the Great Tusk again. However, we can just go for Hornleech again. Even if they do switch into like Dragonite or something like that, or Dragapult, that's completely fine. They do let Great Tusk go down. We are back in our steady range, which is fantastic for us, as they will opt to go into Iron Valve, which does make sense, but we still have our steady intact, as they will just go for the close combat. We will get the KO here into the Hornleech, and yeah, Fiona's really showing why it's one of the MVPs. As they will bring back in Azelf, we can just go for the Ivy Cudgel here, as they will opt to go for Energy Ball. Oh, so we have to bring out Tia here. Go for a nice Calm Mind, because they're most likely going to Flamethrower here. We could also see a switch out into Dragon Pult. But the last 3 members are scary, as they will just opt to go for the flamethrower, and that does so much damage to us. We can try to go for Strength Staff here, as it does just get the KO on us, and yeah, I think this is GG. So unfortunate there, but again, very, very close games. I think we're a bit behind, but we're definitely going to have the Masquerade change. Could also see another change, but that video will be either later today or tomorrow. I think the concept for the team is very, very good. I just think we need a bit more speed control. It's the best way to pull it. As they will go for the U-turn, go into Dragonite, which is surprising. Because now we can just go for Rock Blast. We should take... Yeah, we do take it. Can we do... If we hit 4... We will hit 4 times and get the KO. Unless Dragon Pulse still outspeeds us. We can just go for the Earthquake here. Go for the Earthquake, get the KO. And we actually won. Wow, Joey. I guess they thought that they were fine. I'm not too sure what happened there. But yeah, we won that. Very, very surprising. I'm guessing they just didn't expect us to have Shell Smash on our Joey. Or they didn't expect us to be loaded dice. And they just thought they could just get another KO. I'm not too sure. But I'll see you on the MVP screen. To the MVP screen. And today's MVP, I thought it was definitely going to be Joey. But no, it's Fiona. That's managed to get 11 more KOs today alone, with 14 KOs, which is fantastic. Definitely didn't expect the last game with the U-turn instead of Flamethrower. I guess they thought that I was going to Shell Smash, or maybe we didn't have a move to combat Dragonite. Not really sure, but very surprised it happened and it won us the match. Joey is only 3 KOs behind Fiona. Joey really did put a lot of work today as well. And yeah, I'm just going to make a couple of little changes to the team. Definitely needs a bit more speed control and a bit better way to deal with fire types, so we might turn Granny into a nice defensive set. But with all that said, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please just like, comment and subscribe. And most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day.